everybody, welcome to Julie's Wreath Boutique. I have been promising to you guys that I would make you how to package your wreath video. So I'm going to show you today how I take this box, I'm going to cut it down and show you how I take the depth of the box and make it smaller, because not every box needs to be 6 inches tall. So what are you going to need? You're going to need a box. You're going to need zip ties, and for me, I use a screwdriver, a knife, a sharp knife, be careful with that, a ruler, and packing tape. So the first step we're going to do today is how to make maybe a bigger size, what I do to make a bigger size box, smaller in dimensional weight, because not every wreath is 6 inches wide. And right now the United States Postal Service has made it much more expensive to ship our wreaths. So you need every single tip you can get to save you some money. So I'm going to put a pumpkin wreath in this one, but I'm also going to do one for that wreath over there. It's only about 4 inches in depth, so we don't need a lot of depth. And what I have found is the 20 by 20 by 4 box ships at a reasonable rate. And that's what we're going to do today. And if you do like an 18 by 18 by 5 box, that will ship at a reasonable rate as well. So basically what I do, and you can get a pen or a pencil and mark this, but the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down to the 4-inch mark. Okay, so that's about it. All right, and I'm going to do that on each corner. So you can just take your ruler. I'm going to put it right there here. I don't usually use the ruler because I usually mark it, so that might be a better thing to do. Just kind of trying to show you. So I'm going to do this all the way around on the 4 corners. So I cut down my 4 corners like I showed you to, and this is where I take my ruler. If you have a longer ruler, that might be helpful. But I just take my ruler and use it as a straight edge, and I'm just going to just slightly put an indent in my box. Now you can get a box sizer, but you know, this works just as well as a box sizer for me, and it really doesn't take me much longer. So I'm not really sure if you can see it, but I've just scored it. You do not need to put this all the way through your box. That defeats the purpose. So I'm going to do the same technique all 3 corners, and I'll come back. Okay, so I've scored the inside of my box. You can't really see it, but I can see it. I put my really cute pumpkin wreath. This link I'll put in the description below, because you can learn how to make this as well. As you can see, you know, the box will push down a little bit on this burlap, but in a way I like that because this will keep it from going all over the place. Another thing that I do like to do is when you get these things in the mail, I like to reuse them. Oh, that was loud, sorry. So I'm just going to put a couple here, and that way it won't move around as much. Right? Put those in here. And again, I did not buy those. I get them in boxes from other shipments, and we just use what we have. So at this point, I'm going to go get my customer list and put it in here, because I am going to show you how I tape this up. So give me one moment. I will be right back. All right, I have my customer packing slip, and I'm going to put that in there. And so what I like to do is, the box is taped on this side, so I will put these in first. So all I do is I hold down here, and I'm just going to push down. And because we've already cut the sides of our boxes and we've scored it, it will come in very easily. So at this moment, I'm going to use my tape gun, and I'm going to run the tape across, and I will do it at least 3 times. I want to make sure that nothing, I'll probably put some tape over here, but I'm not going to do that on video because honestly it's really loud, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So we'll be right back, and I'll show you how to pack a flower wreath and attach it to the box. Okay, so again, I did score down my box because we don't, as you can see, we have lots of space here. And because of the new rules and regulations of the United States Postal Service, you really want to get rid of that extra space because you are going to pay an exorbitant, I don't even know if I said that right, price for that space. So what we want to do is get rid of it without harming the integrity of our wreath. And again, I will leave the link for this video I did. I did this video with all yellow petals, but as you can see, I just did an orange layer, a plaid layer, and like this beige layer. And this middle is in that video as well. So back to the wreath. I like to attach these wreaths to the boxes, okay? And this is how I'm going to show you how that I attach it to the box. So I gently lift up a corner. I'm going to run, I don't know if you can see that, right there is the wire wreath frame. This is another reason why I don't glue the backing onto the frame, because I wouldn't be able to poke a hole through this. So I'm going to poke a hole here. I'm going to have to move this out of the shot so I don't get my table. I'm usually doing this. Okay. In my living room. Okay. So as you can see, I poked a hole there, okay, so that I can run it through, and then I'm going to poke another hole right there. Let me see if I can move this so you can see it just a little bit better. Okay. Don't want to hurt my table here, so let's see. Okay. So I do another hole about an inch or half an inch or 3/4 of an inch. So at this point, let me put this down. I'm going to run my zip tie through the first hole and then come through the second hole. Okay. I really like to use the zip ties for these. You could, if you didn't have zip ties, you could use wire, you could use Chanel stems. It's really kind of up to you. All right, so I'm going to just, everything's in place. I'm going to turn this around and do the same thing on the exact same side. Now listen, I purchase my boxes from uline.com, but I know that not everybody can purchase $50, $100 worth of boxes at a time. So my good friend, Michelle, from A Noble Touch, she has an amazing DIY, make your own boxes to the sizes you want tutorial. It's normally $5.99, but she has given me a coupon code. So if you go buy this box tutorial, and I'm going to tell you, it is well worth the money. It is very well done, and you will learn so much. So again, I'm going to just poke a hole here. The coupon code for that is Julie20. So I'm going to leave the link below, and then you're going to use my coupon code, and you're going to get it for less than $5. So that's what I would really recommend. Sometimes, you know, we can't just spend more money on boxes than we do on the wreaths. And if you're somebody who's just wanting to send one to your daughter across the country, literally, it will be the best $5, less than $5 you will spend, especially if you're a wreath maker. Okay, so I've got that all done, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to close it where the scores are, like I did before, and I will come right back with one last tip. Okay, so I've already taped it up. As you can see, I did add 3 pieces here, and just for safety, I like to add one here and here when I'm taking down the depth of the box. Now listen, if I had not taken down the depth of the box, this would have cost me at least $30 to ship to my customer versus the $15 I'm going to spend. So I'm telling you, it's very important to take the depth of your boxes down, and it's really important what kind of wreaths you sell and to know how much they weigh, what size boxes. You may need to do calculated shipping, because if you have a big wreath, you're going to lose money. And that's what I've done with my Christmas trees and my snowmen. I've just had to say to my customers, this is the cost and this is what it is. So I do the calculated shipping. For these, I do a flat rate, And sometimes I lose a little bit of money, but that's okay because I got to cover the cost of my boxing materials, my packing materials. You have to cover it all. So what else are we going to do to this box? Well, I'm going to flip it over. So, and there's no need to worry because the wreath itself is attached to the box. Well, I need to cover these zip ties up because we don't want them to get caught on any of the machinery at you know, the postal service or whoever you use. So it's always good just to cover those up so that ensures nothing is going to happen. And then lastly, when I do put the label, I'm not going to show you the label itself because I don't want to put my address on here or somebody else's address. I did have these little stickers made up. My brother made these up for me, and I can leave his link down below. He owns a printing company out in Nevada, and it's just a little, I don't know if you can see that, it just says thank you from Julie's Wreath Boutique, and I just feel like that's a nice added touch. So I will leave you his link down below. He can do business cards, anything you need. Also, I use these mailing labels, and I will leave a link for these below. So all I'll do is I will put my mailing label that I printed off of my computer, and I don't have to have a special sticky label or anything. And then I peel this all off, and I put it here, and it's protected from the elements in case it got wet. So again, this is how I pack my wreaths. It's very simple. I will leave the link for a Noble Touches box tutorial. If you can't buy a lot of boxes at once, it's a great alternative. You won't regret that purchase. Use my coupon code Julie20 to get 20% off of that purchase. And that's it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so that I will be encouraged to make you more videos. So have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching.